let's just sew whatever. I bought this leather at Tandy and thought it would be really fun to paint on it. I don't feel like I'm gonna need to deglaze it with the Angelus deglazer. I also don't know if I ever bought any, so that also makes a difference. But I was at Tandy with my friend Monica. She was here to teach at Sew Whatever Studio and saw this hide. It was on super duper clearance, which was exciting. And so I grabbed it, and then I also grabbed, not this one, I grabbed these two paints with it. This is a mauve and an avocado. And I bought this Glitter Lights White Sugar glitter paint. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shake all these. I previously had the pink and the white that I might try to mix in. I've just got a piece of plastic as my palette. I feel like if you wanted to, you could like sketch out what you're hoping to paint. I probably could have cleaned my area a little better, but that's fine. I'm gonna mix my paint on top of this piece of plastic because it'll come off eventually. Let me just get my life together. So I don't have any real plan other than flowers. Like, what a surprise. My table space is a wreck. I'm going to avoid over here. I have like a really nice straight side from cutting it, so I'm gonna avoid that. Oh yeah, these come with a little paint, like a nail polish. I'm gonna use quite a bit. Like, the paint wasn't super expensive, and you probably could just paint directly with that little piece. But like, I'm never gonna be able to use it all, and apparently it expires. So. This one does not come with a way to pour it out, other than pouring it out. I'm gonna use white and then some of the light pink as well, just to mix the colors. I don't know that I'm gonna love the way the white looks mixed in, but we'll see. And then I feel like this pink is such a close match to the leather anyway that might not be the best. And then I'm not going to pour any of this green out yet because I don't want for it to dry. I don't want it to dry. All right. I don't think you want your brush to be too wet. Like, nervous. Like, have I ever painted before? I don't know. I'm mixing the glitter in just a little bit, just to kind of see what it's gonna look like. And then let's see, normally I do like, oh, that's so pretty, like these circular rosebud looking flowers. There's a bit of a glare for me, that's okay. And like, I really just want very loose pattern, nothing too much, but I'm just kind of mixing a little bit as I go. It's kind of fun, the glitter light is like watering it down. I might have to stand and do it. Okay, standing makes it a little bit better for me. That's fun. And then, I feel like the last time I did this, I used a blow dryer to help me speed up the process a little bit. But I have no plans for this right now, so I'm not super worried about how long it's going to take to dry. And really, they're just like the idea of flowers. They're not like super in depth. I was initially thinking a Rowena bag from Knotted Threads Co. would be super fun with this, but I'm not sure if that's what I'll do yet. We can add just little ones throughout as well. The edges of whatever I cut will need to be skived, so I'm kind of trying to, well, honestly this leather's pretty thin. It may not need to be skived, which would be nice because I'm a little worried that running it through the skiver might chip the paint eventually, but this is meant for leather, so maybe it would be okay. I have not tried if these paints work on acrylic paint, or if these paints work on vinyl, but I would imagine that they do. But I have seen people use this paint for like shoes and leather jackets, and you can build it in layers to get a lot of definition. And I can definitely see as it's drying down, like these sparkles shining through on that glitter coat. Again. I might even add some like little white glittery flowers kind of hidden throughout. It would probably be best to know what you're going to make before you start doing something like this, so that you can map out on your bag where everything's gonna go. But I was like, you know what? I'm cool. I don't care. Like, this hide was about $100, maybe a little less, maybe it was 90. I do have a business account with Tandy, which you just need your tax ID to sign up for. So the paints were $5 originally, the brush set was $6, and then the leather was $89. So really not bad for this huge hide. It was on sale. When I designed the Velora bag, it's based off of the Rothy's handbag, if you've ever heard of that company. And I imagined like painting flowers on that like front slip pocket in leather, and I never made it, and I always wanted to. So I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe now will be the time that I do it. I may also try to paint on that dark green, but I don't know. Okay. I'm rinsing it off in water and drying it. I'm going to switch to a little bit smaller of a brush with the white and the pearl. Mix that up pretty well. Let's see if I can add some little dots throughout. And then in a minute, I'll get some of that green out. Maybe I can add some like little white highlights into the flowers. Because like the way the paint is, it's still wet, so you can kind of blend and mix within the paint. I think it's really important too not to have like too specific of a plan, otherwise you might get disappointed. Unless you're really good at working with the paints, you know. I wouldn't recommend painting and blending with the little dabbers inside of the paint pot, otherwise you're going to dilute your colors. But I would say if you wanted to cover a large surface area with that color and put it down and then mix wet into wet on that, that could work out pretty well. Okay, they all seem so different too, it's fun. It would be kind of cool to like paint a keychain, a key fob, or finish handles, cut out a set of handles, sew them up, and then paint on it. That would be super cool too. Okay. Let me see if I can add like little white ones maybe, kind of delicate. Okay. I feel like that's pretty good for all my little flowers. So I'm going to get some of that avocado and a little bit of the white. Oh, that one has like a little stopper on it. Or maybe that was supposed to be at the top of the container and it fell. I don't know. Not a ton of the white, and I'm just setting it off to the side so that I can mix it in later. Hopefully, I don't know if you can see, just there's a little bit. And I will mix in some of that glitter as well, because I think it dilutes the paint in a fun way. The lady at the shop said that it kind of makes it more of a metallic, but I don't know. Okay. Oh, that green is perfect. I don't think I have enough green out, but I wasn't sure how I would like it. Get some more. Okay, yeah, now the green doesn't have that topper, so it's just part of the cap. I think you can buy sets of this off of Amazon, or maybe pick specific colors. I'm just adding little leaves throughout. And it's gonna depend on the pebble of your leather, how much detail you're able to save. So like a really smooth leather, you're gonna be able to get a lot of detail, but like the more pebbling there is, the more it's gonna be hard to see. And then just make sure you're avoiding your other pieces that are already painted. My vision kind of goes blurry as I'm painting things. So right now, like this looks amazing to me. I'm like, oh yeah, but it could be that it looks like total trash. I don't know. Oh, this could be like a fun, could even make like a purse pal or something. I'm just trying to think of something that takes like just a little bit of leather. I love that little stem added to that little one. Cute. Like I'm trying not to have all the flowers look the same. I want to make sure there's plenty of variation. I think I'm almost done, really. Maybe I'll do a couple pieces with like just flower or with just leaves, maybe. And if you're worried about like painting and then ruining your bag when you sew it, you could always choose to paint it after you're done. And that's what I see a lot on the internet with people who do paint bags. They're actually just painting like a Michael Kors bag and stuff like that. I don't want to add a stem there because I did there. Maybe I will here. No. I could add a couple more little white buds. I ended up not mixing any of the white in to the green. I just didn't want to dilute it, you know? But I could add some more little delicate buds. Oh my gosh. I'm just imagining like a little Louis waist bag out of this or something. It'd be so cute. And like, this did not take me long to paint. I think I could paint something similar if I needed to. So if I have to cut off, like, I understand. I would love to sit here all day though and paint like this entire hide. That would really heal a part of my brain, I think. Just painting. I also saw my friend Rhea is doing mandala painting on bags. So it's just dots, you know, beautiful, symmetrical little dots to create a mandala. So if you don't feel like you're talented enough to paint little flowers and things like that, like, just line up those dots, yo. That's cute too. Well, now I feel like I need to add more pink flowers, shoot. And you don't want to make sure that your brush, is not full of water. Like, I think a little bit of water is okay, but if you have too much water, I think that's not okay. You're kind of diluting the paint a little too much, which might work, but might not. Cool, I like it. I think down here I might play with the idea of like a little scrolly vine or something. Just with my leftovers. You can see how the paint didn't go super far. I'm not sure of a good way to like trace out what you'd want ahead of time either. I think previously I did a pencil, but you could still see the pencil, I feel like. And then if you do like a silver marking pen, that's going to mix in, the pigment of that is going to mix into the paint. So that would not work well either. Let's see here. I'm wondering how well it wipes away. I can cover it up pretty well. It's not sticking too much. Just a little doop. I hope I got that on camera. It was just the brush just falling out of my hand. Keep the brushes and stuff over here, just in case. This feels a little rudimentary, Not a huge fan of it, but like it's still cute. It's a little like, oh, that's nice. Okay, adding a couple more little pieces of the flower helped. I'm out of my dark color. Just kind of see if we can, yeah, that's fun. So I'm kind of working wet on wet to help outline this. But I also don't love, like I don't love it. Maybe later I'll love it. But I am just experimenting, like trying to see what I can do. Could try add a couple, oh yes, that's nice. Just to help bring it all together. Add a couple more clusters. I just feel like it helps bring the colors together. Do, 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 do. Oh, snap. Careful you don't go too far though. Okay, the glitter and the white is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I saw it up in there, hit the light just right, because I can tell things are kind of drying down. They're not as shiny as I'm looking at them. So I'm obsessed. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna make with it. But I hope you enjoyed this fun little excursion into painting on leather. I have one other video that I painted on like a stiffer leather wallet, and I think I'd finished the wallet. No idea how that's holding up, but I wish I did know. Okay, and then I'm gonna see how well this will just kind of wipe. Oh yeah, not too bad. So I did waste quite a bit of the glitter. I would say you could go with way less of that, but a little bit of water wipes, you got a clean palette. Thank you so much for hanging out for this fun little video, and I will see you next time. Let me know if you try it. Once this is all dried, and I think you probably want to wait 8 hours, 24 hours, but you're going to use this acrylic finisher. It's a really thin, I think it's thin, and you don't want to like pour it over here because this is a satin. They do have matte, but I'm just going to very gently like paint over what I've painted. You could try it without the finisher. It might work. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't tested, but I kind of trusted what they were telling me because they've painted leather before, this company. I hadn't. So, thank you so much again. Goodbye.